Hey, what's going, y'all? It is yours truly once again. Now, at my channel, I've always been an advocate of saying that true love never dies and it doesn't give up on the other person. Okay? And I still stand on that, even with this topic here of how love is toxic for most women. Okay? Because love is not toxic. So I'm not going to say that love is toxic to most women. That's like saying love is aiming at women to be toxic towards. Like, no, one can try to make love toxic, okay? But that goes back to what I just said about how love is toxic for most women versus me trying to say love is toxic to most women. Now, you might hear most people try to say that love is toxic to most women. No, love is not toxic. So don't say that. But for most women, they can say that love has been toxic for them. Now, some of them might be a little ignorant and they might just say, love has been toxic to me. Then I have to be like, sweetie, no, no. You might have experienced how love was toxic for you, okay? But not realizing what took place that got you feeling this way. I see Unique up in the building once again, up in the spaceship. Yeah, we astronaut over here, so I can't really say building. We can say spaceship. We can even say space station. Okay? But and we are here. This is the time. Space is dark. So we got the dark screen tonight, okay? But y'all hear my voice. We out yonder, out in the cosmos, talking about how love has been toxic for most women. So here we go. Well, here's what I mean about how love has been toxic. With most of the feminine that get around guys that aren't truly masculine or in their masculine, she's not going to experience full love or true love in its fullness. A lot of gals go through these ups and downs emotionally with guys that aren't really there. You know what I'm saying? Like with her like that. He's not in her heart like that. My thing overall is like a lot of girls just go through things as far as this guy gonna love me? Is he not gonna love me? And I'm just being general right now. I'm being observational. So she goes through this idea of thinking that the guy is gonna uh, actually be there for her. She's going through all this. She's going through all this, and it's just a toxic affair for her because he sold her this idea of love. Girls go through a lot as far as the way the generation of guys is out here. A lot of guys don't have masculine energy. Unfortunately, they don't. So a lot of girls don't really feel that fullness of love in the way that it should be. So the fullness of love is that she's able to show all her femininity based on the guy showing all of his masculinity. So a lot of them get out of the situations wherever they had with guys because that's all it was a situation, not a relation. And she gets out of it feeling like she was just lost. Oh yeah, someone saying like done. Hello, like done. Yeah, bingo. That's right, XYL. Yeah, I appreciate that. That's how it be. Like that's how a lot of the feminine feel when they get in situations with certain guys. Like they thought it was love and it wasn't. And I'm not saying that because she was just delusional and dismayed. No, she literally was misled by a guy that really didn't love her. So a lot of them will feel like love has been toxic uh, to them. Really, love was toxic for them as far as their experience and what they thought was love. So that's what I mean. So it's just all this idea of like, what is love? If I got to keep going through this just to find love, then maybe it's not worth it because it just seems like it's going to kill me next time. Like, so that's why there is this idea that some gals just don't want to put out because of the pain involved. Like, literally, it's just pain there, like associated with trying to find love and accept someone trying to love them and it's a spiritual thing. So when guys call themselves trying to get a feel good but he's not trying to be good, she's got to go through this emotional, spiritual, and mental turmoil. even sometimes financial turmoil of this guy being toxic with what was supposed to have been his love, but it wasn't. So a lot of gals just get off into this idea that love's just toxic. They don't even talk about how love was toxic to them or for them. They just say love's toxic. You know, love's toxic. Forget love. You know, hate seems more real. If we just being real, you know, we just gonna be like, hey, it's just better to be toxic. So, because it seems like if love's toxic, then I'll just stay toxic, and that way I could be numb, instead of trying to be open, right? So that's kind of where we're at right now with a lot of the feminine nowadays. They are numb because of so much toxicity that has been associated with trying to be in this place called love, be in this experience, be in this feeling called love. So a lot of them come out of a lot of these spells with a lot of these guys that aren't real men, and they just truly be on this warpath for the rest of their life. They're always at war. Even if there's a guy that's more peaceful that shows up, she's going to be at war with him too until she calms down and realize he is trying to be peaceful with me. But by then the damage might have already been done. And so if he's not strong in his logic, he'll start saying the same thing about how love has been toxic for him too. But that's not to say love's toxic. Okay. It's just that there's so many emotional ups, downs, and roller coasters a lot of the feminine got to go through today regarding some of these guys that aren't really masculine, that when they come out of that experience, especially the physical and the sexual experience aside, a lot of them just be dizzy. A lot of them feel comatose. A lot of them feel overdosed. A lot of them just don't even want to give a toast. They're just done. Just like what someone said in the chat a few minutes ago. They're just done. And I guess I'm done with this video. Thanks a million.